How y'all doing? Welcome to Midnight Meditation with Emma. Oh, it seems like I ain't been here in forever. Oh, you know what? I haven't. I missed last week, and I need to apologize to you guys for that. Uh, I was out of town. You know. Yeah, I do this sometimes. But anyway, so Midnight Meditation with Emma tonight. We got like, hey, y'all, check us out. We are talking about what? Okay, here we go. It says, I am faith filled and fear free because I am learning to swim through painful experiences. Well, and let me just tell you, painful experiences. That's a beast. Okay. But here we're gonna jump that right on into it. It says, if you have ever watched a child learning how to swim, you have witnessed faith in action. Yeah. It is obvious that the child standing before the pool or the ocean is thinking, I am not going in there. With a little support, the child may eventually stick his toe in the water. If the water is warm, he can be enticed to put his whole foot in the water. Really? That is enough for that first try. On the next try, you might see the child stand in the water up to his knees. If he happens to feel particularly safe and confident, he might let his butt get wet. That is quite enough. Step by step, day by day, with the right kind of support and encouragement, the avid non-swimmer will eventually immerse his whole body in the water. The rest, the real test comes, however, when he is knocked down by a wave or when a nearby swimmer splashes water in his face. In that moment, the little swimmer must decide whether or not he can conquer the challenge. The fear of having water up his nose. Now that's a painful thing, y'all. I done had waters up my nose. And guess what? I still don't know how to swim, and that's probably why. Cause now the real reason I don't know how to swim is because I'm allergic to chlorine. But when I tried, the water got up my nose, and that shit hurt. Yeah, that's why I'm kind of glad that I was found that I was allergic to chlorine. But anyway, keep it moving. So those of us who are not living fully because we are afraid of the deep waters of heartache are just like the child learning how to swim. We must learn how to do it step by step. Should we get knocked down or splashed, we must decide in that very moment whether or not we will continue swimming. Fortunately, faith is the lifeguard on duty. Faith can pull you out of the water. Faith can help you dry off your face. Faith will watch over you as you try again, step by step, until you learn how to swim on your own. Until today, you may have allowed difficult experiences and painful memories to keep you out of the sometimes turbulent water of life. Just for today, stick one body part in the water. Do one thing you swore you would never do again. Let faith hold you up as you swim through it. You all right? Today I am devoted to living by faith and opening myself to a fuller experience of life. So now I don't know about y'all, but what I do know about me is that I have been living through some painful experiences right here and right now. Swimming through them. And I need to say that Just a couple of days ago, I was in so much pain that I was ready to I was ready to throw in the towel. You know what I'm saying? I was ready to like give up on me as opposed to giving up on the situation. And then I decided, so well, let me just give up on the situation and move around and come get out of it. And I proceeded to try to do that, but it didn't turn out that way at all. But even with that being said, what I realized today is that um, it's an experience. It's a learning experience. And not that I'm being tested or anything, but there is a lesson in it for me. What the lesson is today, I don't know. But what I do know is that if I don't learn the lesson now, I will repeat the class. And this is a class that I do not want to repeat because it is too painful. You know, um, and one of the things that I learned about this experience that I'm going through is that the expectations that I had, you know, um, some of those expectations were very valid, and uh, shit, anybody in their right mind in their situation will have those very same expectations because you come together and you join as one, and some things are just to be expected. And when it doesn't happen, um, then I am the one that come up with the short end of the stick. I'm the one that's in the fetal position, and I'm the one that is in pain, and I'm the one that's trying to figure out a way to make it happen, to make it work, to make it do what it do. But at the end of the day, when all my efforts and time and everything has been exhausted, then there's not anything else I can do. The only thing I can do now is like uh, ask the God of my understanding to hold me up and just trust and believe that the end is going to be something that is a blessing for me. And not just for me, for the other parties too. You know, because God don't bless just one, He bless us all. You know, but I guess the biggest thing for me is that I'm used to picking up my toys and running. I'm used to picking up my toys and going in the house, and I'm like, I'm gonna just play by myself. Um, but this is something that I just can't pick up my toys and run. I can't pick up my toys and go play by myself, even though I would like to. But what I am doing is that uh, taking my feelings out of it. You know, it was suggested to me to take my feelings out of it. So I'm swimming in this water, and mind you, I just told y'all I do not know how to swim. Uh, Literally, I don't know how to swim, but swimming through the experiences of life and going through them um, is a little bit more of a challenge than getting in the water, you know, because like I'm allergic to chlorine, and so I got to find salt water to swim in. But this life swimming is I'm not allergic to it. I can't just like no, I have to stand and stick and stay in the process of that. Take care of Emma because it ends and it starts with me. You know, like what do I want? What do I want to see happen? Okay, there go that one yarn, y'all. Y'all know every time I do this, I have a yarn coming now. But as I was saying, that I know that I have to prepare myself. I have to take care of myself mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally. And so it's like I'm on an emotional wave, And being on the emotional wave sometimes cause a lot of turbulence, and I've been going through some turbulence, and I want to say that it's all they fault or some. I want to blame somebody else, but I do need to take ownership of the part that I play, because I do play a part. It's not just the other party. I play a part. The part that I play is that I have allowed myself to uh, accept some unacceptable behavior. Uh, I have placed expectations on myself and them, uh, and I had those expectations before I even got into the deep water. You know, I set myself up with the expectations on the front end, because I thought that I was making room and allowance and being considerate of the other individual with certain stuff. And what I realized is that I shouldn't have never done that. Because whether the expectations were realistic or not, nonetheless there was the expectations. You know, but I need to say also, in relationships, I have expectations. Like in relationships with my friends, I got expectations of them, and they got expectations of me. And I try to make sure that they're not unrealistic or that they can be met. But when it's a little more intimate type of relationship, I got some I got expectations, and I don't see any reason why they shouldn't be met. you know. But what I didn't do is um totally put God first. And the other side of that is that I did not uh truly think it through from the beginning. It was also pointed out to me recently that I acted, part of my actions came about from the company that I was keeping, settling. I seen the people that are around me or the circle that I was in, I seen the women settling. And so I settled before I even got into it. I settled and said, well, okay, because of this, and I know that this is like this, and I'm all right if it only happens a couple of times a month or whatever. I settled beforehand. So when I started out selling, I end up continuing to settle. And in selling, I sold myself short. You know, uh, I understand that life gonna show up. I understand that everything ain't a bed of roses, and everything ain't gonna go the way that I think they should. But I also understand that there are certain things in life that I'm worthy of, regardless. You know, Especially if I'm putting in my best foot forward, and I'm showing up as my authentic self, and in doing so, I get to map out how I swim through it. Because I have, prior to, there are times in my past that I just have went in, and I was on some bullshit. I had ulterior motives, and all of that. And the one time that I didn't have any ulterior motives, and I ain't gonna say the one time, but when I didn't really have any motives, and I was just genuine, um, it still didn't come out the way that I thought it should, or the way that I expected. And that goes for the unrealistic expectations and the realistic expectations. Because in reality is that I am in a I'm in a situation, and I signed up for some of it. Some of the shit I didn't sign up for, but I'm having to learn how to swim through it. And in that process of learning how to swim through these painful experiences, I get to find out more and more about me. Um, it's when, like, how we get so good at cultivating our representative, because we all have a representative within us. So when we get so good to cultivating our representative that it becomes damn near impossible to detect when the representative is showing up or when it's the real person, you know. And I just feel like just for today that I'm willing to take care of Emma regardless, across the board, good, bad, or indifferent. And what I'm not gonna do is that, like, I'm not gonna use, and that means I ain't finna go on no shopping spree. I ain't finna go on no shoe fetish or no purse fetish. Uh, I'm finna stack my paper. Is what I'm about to do. Uh, Not that I ain't already doing that, but I'm really finna become very diligent and mindful of taking care of all my needs. Uh, and I can wait on my wants. You know what I'm saying? Because right now I'm living in a critical situation where I need to make sure that all my needs are met, and God will see about my wants when it's time. And just for today, I'm truly grateful for the awareness that I have acquired over the past couple of months, uh, about myself and about the other party. You know, and let me say that other party is a great person. You know, a good a good a good souled a soul person. But just because they're good people doesn't mean that they're good for me. You know, because everything that shine ain't gold. You know, and everything that I want it to be, don't make it be. Because, like, um, I set up some unrealistic expectations in my mind and settled on the front end. And when, even with settling it, when it didn't go the way I thought it should, or just the normal way that it's supposed to go, when it didn't happen, I'm like, I'm crushed and I'm fucked up, because it's like I'm trying to do something different this time around, and then trying to do something different. I sold myself short. you know. So there are some things that I won't do again, you know. And there are some things that I will do again. Because, like I said, it ain't all bad. It just ain't all good. And those are the painful experiences that I'm learning how to swim through without drowning, or without getting water thrown up my nose. If that makes any kind of sense. And if you out there, check in with me. Yeah, check in with your girl. You know, let me know you out there. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, I be feeling like that, because no one gets on with me when I'm on here, that no one is really participating. And I was like, well, okay, ain't no sense to me keep on doing this. I don't got nobody corresponding with me. But I'm finding out that it ain't about you guys. I do it for me, for the most part. Yeah, I pray that it helps somebody. but it helps me talk about um, the meditations and what's going on in my life experiences. And I am going to eventually write a book about this shit because people need to know about it. Yeah. Uh, because it's informative, and it's a lot it's a lot to tell. It's a lot to decipher through, you know. But God don't bring me to it if He not gonna bring me through it, you know. And that's the beauty of it all. Even being in the midst of the experiences of of pain, um, it is not to the point where I can't get any relief because I do have a loving and caring God, and I have a hell of a support system that that walks with me when those very very hard days come. Uh, I don't get to quit. I don't get to chicken out. I don't get to be ugly. I don't. I don't get to revert back. I don't get to do that. And I thank God for that because I don't want to revert back to who I used to be. Because that girl there, baby, whoo, I thank God that I don't get to revert back to her because, baby, she was hell on wheels. I mean, not just hell on wheels, I'm just saying, man, she was a beast, and because I believe in reciprocity, um, and reciprocity don't always have to happen to me. It could come back to my son, my grandson, or my great grandchildren whenever I have some, or what have you. I'm grateful that I don't get to revert back, um, because I don't think I could live with I don't think I can deal with the consequences that come with reverting back to who I used to be. I thank God for the woman that I have become today. Because today I am a loving and caring woman. I'm considerate of other people. I'm more so considerate of other people than I am of my damn self. And that's probably my biggest problem. I put people first a lot of the times before I put me first. Um, but today I am learning how to put me first. Um, and I like the way that feels. But I need to also say that in the beginning, at first, I felt guilty about putting me first, uh, because it's something I've never done. I've never done it, and I the other person that I used to be was a very selfish individual, and today I'm not selfish, uh, but I am selfish with myself. And I gotta stop learning. I gotta stop doing that. And so I get to learn how to be selfless with Emma, you know, because life is too short to be walking around in pain and dealing with painful experience without knowing how to swim, because we will fucking drown. Let me say, I will drown. Um, and I don't want to drown today. I'm just saying. Shit, I'm not gonna drown today. I got too many people rooting for me, depending on me, and loving on me. Even when those days comes, I don't know how to love on myself. I got people that do, and so I need to stay on course. So that's why I don't get to revert back to who I used to be. Thank God. Thank God, because um, I don't know where that will lead. Well, yes, I do. Yes, I do. I didn't like her then, and I don't like her now. That's why I'm not her. But I get to continue to nurture the little girl that's inside and grow her up, even through the painful experiences that I'm going through and walking through right now. And it's not about character assassinating anybody else. It's not about um, placing blame on anybody else. I'm gonna own mine and do better, you know, because at the end of the day, it starts with me and it ends with me. And and in this process, I just pray that um, when I come out on the other side, that I have what it takes to be the woman that God intended me for me to be. I get to walk in my destiny and live life to the fullest, happy, joyous, and free. Because that's what it is for me. I want to be happy, joyous, and free every day. Now, do I expect it to be a bed of roses every day? Hell no. Because that is not the reality. And today I live in reality. I live in my own reality. I can't afford to live in somebody else's. Because what a reality for them may not be a reality for me. You know, and what's a reality for me may not be a reality for them. But I get to walk in my own reality today. And that's a beautiful thing. I don't get to lie to myself. I don't get to shortchange myself. I get to tell myself the damn truth, no matter how bad it hurt, no matter how painful it gets. I get to tell myself the truth. And with the truth, always come freedom. Always. Always freedom. The truth is freedom for me. You know, I have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful support system. You know, I have a great team in my life, and just for today, y'all, we got to learn how to swim through painful experiences, good, bad, or indifferent. Because when we get to the other side of that pool or the other part of the ocean that we're trying to get to, we will be truly blessed with lessons of life that will enhance our lives. Um, I know they're gonna enhance mine, and even though I don't know what they are at the moment, I just know that my life will be better enhanced with knowledge, understanding, compassion for others as well as for myself. Because once I can forgive me, I can forgive anybody. You know, but forgiving me has not always been easy. Um, it's been a process, and today I am grateful for the process because once again, like I said, I get to learn more about Emma, and I get to continue to swim upstream. I don't have to go back. I get to continue to go upstream. And that is a beautiful thing. Through all the turbulence and the waves and all of that, I still get to keep going forward. And going forward is the most beautiful thing there is in life for me. So, with that being said, I want to say I love you guys. Um, reach out, follow me, um, tap in, send a response, or what have you. But until we meet again next week, Take care of yourself. Love on yourself. And swim upstream. Good night.